This is one of the craziest add-on lenses that I have ever used, and to be honest, after using this for about a month, this has become one of my favorite, if not my favorite add-on lens that I have ever used with my smartphone. This is the Microscope Lens from Sandmarc. It does have a built-in ring light, and throughout this video we'll talk about the image quality that you can get when to use a setup like this or a lens like this, and why you need to have this add-on light right here. So let's get started. Alright, so welcome back to the channel. In case you're new here, welcome. My name is Julian and I'm the creator of Smartphone Filmmaking Pro and a smartphone agency. Today, let's talk about the Microscope Lens from Sandmarc. And if you have been following the channel for a little while, you know that I have been using Sandmarc products for, basically forever. Their tripods, other add-on lenses, and, cases and everything. And they just have some very fantastic product. And when they asked me if I want to check out this Microscope Lens, I was really excited because I have never seen something like this before. There are plenty of, macro lenses out there, but very few that are like, game changing. About half a year ago or so, when Sandmarc launched this long range macro lens, this is I think a 100 millimeter long range macro lens. So you get this very compressed look, but also on top of that, you also get that macro look. So you can get some really specific and some really dope shots. And I have been using this a lot and I love using that because you get that shallow depth of field. But when I started using this, this is something completely different that I have never seen before. Something that is absolutely crazy, like when you start using this or when you start picking this up, like the aperture at the back of this lens, this is super tiny. This is literally just 2 millimeters. And this is basically just like the head of a pen where you're writing. Like this small is this opening, and there's still, coming enough light through. And I don't know how they're doing this, but this is absolutely amazing. So now let's talk a little bit about how you're actually using this. And what I have on my phone right here, so what you can see right here, this is a leather case from Sandmarc as well. And this is not only a case that fits perfectly fine on the iPhone 15 Pro, and we also have one for the 15 Pro Max. It looks very cool. It is, great build quality and so on. So all that kind of stuff is super nice. But the coolest part for me personally is that around the lenses, there are also mounts where you can actually mount lenses like this. So let's say we wanted to use this lens right here. I'm just gonna pick the main lens. So let's just screw that in, and then just after a couple of spins, it fits perfectly fine. It's not falling out, so anything like this. And then basically all we gotta do is I'm just gonna start a screen recording so that you can see what I see. Let's open up the camera app, and as you can see, you can see absolutely nothing. And this is something that happens quite often because it switches over to the macro mode, because the iPhone also has a built-in macro mode. So if that pops up, you just deactivate this. Just tap on it once and then you should be good to go. So next up, all you got to do, just turn on the light right here. And then let's see how this table looks like as a microscope. So through a microscope, as you can see, this is really, really close. Like this table right here, this looks looks normal on, through my eyes. But if you look at it through this microscope lens, it looks a bit dirty, to be honest. And it, you can just see everything. Let's check out, I don't know, this case right here that you get with this macro lens, so you can really see the entire structure and texture of this pouch right here. You can really see the individual stitchings and all that stuff. That is super cool. Let's check out, this is the long range macro lens. Let's check out the structure. This is really cool. Through a regular eye, I don't know if you can see this looks normal, but if you look at through a microscope, you can see all of the details. Let's put that away. Let's check out the glass right here. And the only thing that we can see is the dirt that I have on my lens. One of the biggest mistakes that I see beginners make when they're filming with their smartphone is that they have a dirty lens. So if you're not quite happy with the quality that you're getting, chances are that just your lens is dirty. So let's check out also my skin. This is what this looks like. Let's check out the watch. So you can see all of the scratches that I have, and you can also see the brush titanium and all that kind of stuff. This looks just really cool, and these are just perspectives that you just cannot get that anyhow else. And also now if you compare that to the built-in macro mode of the iPhone, because you might be asking yourself Julian, that's super cool, but the iPhone or my Samsung or whatever phone that you have also has a built-in macro mode. So let's check that out actually. Switch over to the 0.5, and now you can see you can also get pretty close, but this is just like no comparison compared to what we got with the microscope lens. Like this is also really cool, and also with the long range macro lens. Like I'm just gonna show you the comparison. And by the way, Sandmarc always has same mounts for their lenses, so if you have one case, you can use all of the lenses that they have. So this is what the long range macro lens looks like, and again we have the same problem that we had before. So let's just deactivate the macro mode, and now as you can see you get this really cool compressed background look. So as you can see you get that shallow depth of field background, which also looks really cool. I think this has a very professional look, and I have been using this for Instagram Reels in the past a lot because it just creates this different view that you're not seeing like anyhow else. Like also this here, you know, you get that very blurry shallow depth of field background, which looks really cool. Also right here, you know, it just does not look like this was shot on a smartphone, which is something that I really like. But you know, I'm not saying like this lens is better than the other, it's just like different tools for different tasks. But overall, what I wanted to do with this video is just share a bit of my insights on when I'm using this and the very cool things that you can capture with this. With this microscope lens right here, for example, I captured melting snow and also like a frosted glass. And you know, it just, you cannot check this out without anything like this. With a long range macro lens like this, you can also get some really cool shots, but with this you can literally see like individual snowflakes and how they're melting, like just a completely different view on the world basically. And yeah, it's just really cool to have that. And if you're interested in that kind of stuff, then I would absolutely recommend that you check this out. And you can see you do also have a USB Type-C plug right here, because since it has a light built in, you also need to charge that. I don't know like how long the battery lasts, but for me, I think I've charged that once ever since I had it, and I have been using this quite a bit. So yeah, definitely a very, very big recommendation if you want to get just a completely different view to anything that you have ever checked out before. Then definitely make sure to check out this macro lens right here. And in case you have not seen the review about this long range macro lens, then click this video over there.